Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your boy Trey. Y'all know what it is. My man Bishop and guest Ronald Jordan, as well as Ron Lowe's gonna catch up. It's first formation morning sports talk. What's good with y'all, fellas? How you doing?
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? WGO, WGO, what's going on? How's everybody doing on this Monday? As y'all know, we had a spectacular Saturday
Yes.
and
Yes.
Sunday of NFL football. This has to be, I was just telling Trey before we went live, Jordan, this has to be one of the best weekends I have seen
Yes.
in a long time in playoff NFL football.
I agree. I agree. I
What's
agree. I
going on,
mean,
Zach?
it
What
had
up,
us on the
May?
couches. It had us sitting back over here thinking. It had a lot of upsets. I mean, we looking at sports different now, baby. I
Yeah,
mean,
they had a
I
lot of people
almost
on the edge of
enjoyed
their seat.
formation day. But
Yeah, they
hey,
had a lot of
man,
people on the
Mike.
edge of their seat this weekend. All these teams had people on the edge of their seat.
Yes.
And you're right, a true upsets. We definitely had some upsets. Um, yeah. Not wait a minute. Hold on. Pause.
Who said that?
Now, but me, that was me. Let me say this real quick, man. Let me say
Okay.
this real quick, right? See, the thing with Trey, right? As you see, I don't know if you can see that, Ron. If
I
you can
see.
see that, Jay, he got
I saw
Nostradamus.
that. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Come on, man.
Let's
Come
Come
on.
go.
on.
It
Let's
ain't like, hold on. It ain't like he won all the games this
Thank
weekend. I want y'all to know that. I want y'all to know him and I actually tied for
no.
y'all to know.
Yes,
Oh.
this week. Actually, this week, all of us. Actually, Ron had the better. Good morning, Erica. What's going on? What's going on, Sarah? Good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning, Sarah. What's up? What's
Key
up,
in the
Key? What's
building.
good,
What's
Key?
good?
Erica.
So actually, this week Ron was bested us both with a 3-1 record. Me and Bishop tied 2-4, but I am still in the lead by one game.
One
So
game.
yes,
That's right.
one game,
I
one
don't.
game,
Hey,
one
so
game left. To
don't
in the
let that.
league, one game with 2 games to go. As
That's
y'all
right.
all know,
So
strategy.
I could definitely still take
Mike, don't
his
do me like that. Don't do me
Mike
like that, Mike.
B.
Don't do me
Mike
like that.
49ers still trash. Mike B. He said the 49ers still trash.
So you say so y'all already know strategy usually happens that usually when as we get down to the nitty gritty,
Man, here we
we
go.
start picking the same picks, which means I stay in the lead by
No,
one.
not necessarily. Because wait till Friday. Y'all make sure y'all tune
Yep.
in Friday, y'all.
Yes.
Tune in on
Yes.
Friday, baby. Tune in on Friday.
So of
Bulls
course, of
defense
course,
let down Josh Allen.
yeah. We'll get to that key. We'll definitely get to
We
that.
definitely gonna get
So
to it.
like we do, we usually start up, like we say, Ron to be able to fall in a little bit. So everybody, as you all come in, what's
So that
going
still
on,
puts Ron
Dante?
behind us, huh? What up, little bro? That still
Yeah,
put Ron behind us.
yeah, he's still behind us. He's still 6-4. He's behind you and him are tied.
How him and I tied?
Cause he was down. He only got one wrong last week.
Yeah,
I
but
mean this
I
weekend.
thought I was up. What did he go the last week before?
Two, three and three.
And I went 4-2.
You went 4-2, and then you went 2-2 this one.
Oh, okay. That ties us up. Okay.
Yes, sir. So of course, like you know, what I'm saying is
Tune
anything
in
else we start
Friday,
off.
baby.
Yes, too. Of course, you know, what I'm saying it's gonna be lit come Friday. So just like anything else, let's start off in the NFL. One thing that struck me interesting, y'all guys, tell me what y'all take on this. Peyton, coach of the New Orleans Saints, has yet to commit to the Saints for next year. Do you think this is a situation where he's just taking his time? You think he's thinking about exiting stage right? What y'all think the take is on Sean Payton taking his time and committing to the Saints for next year?
Go ahead, go first, quick. I mean, Bishop.
Mm, that's a good question, man, because I didn't know he hadn't committed until you
Yeah.
sent that to me. Um, that is interesting. That's very interesting, to be honest. I don't know. Because we know New Orleans is still trying to figure out their quarterback position with Winston and Taysom Hill. So yeah, I don't know. Exit stage left key. That's what you think Sean
Mm.
Payton finna do? I don't know, man. I just don't. I think Sean Payton has something left in the tank, to be honest. But yeah, a part of me is taking it. You think he's taking his time, little bro? I don't know. That might be just it. He might want to see what's about to take place during the draft. When it
Free
comes time,
agency.
free agency and all of that, see what's gonna happen, see what the front offices of plans are for Taysom as far and Jameson. So yeah, I think that's probably why he's taking his time. I totally agree with my little brother that he's probably taking his time to try to figure out what the next moves are going to be within the Saints organization.
I agree with you on that. I would do the same thing. I mean, there's a lot of teams out there that need a coach. Pittsburgh need a coach. He's probably looking at different options. You know, college always trying to grab somebody and stuff like that. So he's probably up in a situation. Same thing as we always say, taking their time now because you know their next move got to be your best move. And truly, with the way the league is looking after this weekend and everything else is going on, yeah, it's going to be critical. It's going to be critical.
Yeah.
So I agree with y'all. I would take my time too if I was a coach.
Yeah, you got to. You ain't got no. We really don't have no choice, man. Especially when you don't know the future of the team and what their plans and what direction they headed into. Right. But again, this is off season. They got time right now. What's going on, Keon? How you doing? You just don't know what their plans are. So maybe that's his whole reasoning for not committing to the Saints as of yet.
Right.
It's interesting. I also think it might be a situation where he's trying to wait to see if there's going to be a better team. But do you think there's a market out there for him as a coach if he doesn't? Stay with you think so? New Orleans?
Most definitely. I think. Most definitely. I think a lot of teams like Jordan said, there's the Minnesotas playing with the salary cap. I feel you, Donna. I feel like there's the Minnesotas, there's the Giants, there's the Jaguars.
Yep.
Which would be a good place for Sean Payton, I think. The Jaguars. Yeah, I feel like he may be, and that's Trey. You brought
that
up
might be his play. That might be his play. He
made a good point. He might be weighing his options, see who else is available, what teams out there that he may feel he has a better chance with the personnel at that team. Because maybe Sean. Bears with Justin Fields, key point. Yep. That's a good one. Yep. Maybe Sean feels like what Aaron Rodgers has said, which we'll get to here later, in regards to he might not be willing to stay in New Orleans for a rebuilding. He might want to go somewhere that's already kind of like, a game or two away from making it to the big games. You know what I'm saying? Like the ones that just got bounced out this weekend, the Titans. Well, no, they ain't got rid of their coach. A lot of the teams that got bounced out this weekend probably won't get rid of their coaches. Not this weekend. Not this past weekend. Not this past weekend.
So if he does leave New Orleans, who do you think would be a good fit to go to New Orleans under their current state? With the Jameis Winston, the Taysom Hill, do you foresee Taysom Hill being used in the same way under someone else's tutelage? Or
I don't know. Anyone? I mean, Flores could go over there. I could see Flores going to New Orleans. I don't know. That's
it's hard to say. Like you just say, everybody that need a coach is not a team that is going to give them a championship right away. They're not going to, like Jaguars, the Jets. It's like, hey, it's either you're going to rebuild or you're just going to stay where you at or go downgrade and go straight college. Which one you want? You know what I'm saying, though? So his options are limited. And I think that's why he's taking so long. His options are very limited. Because wherever he goes, he has to produce. And no fan buts about it.
Well, I think so. How long do you think? That's a good question. Good justification for that. You just said, Rodney. So, how long do you think a quarterback who is a Super Bowl winning quarterback, or let's say a quarterback as well, in terms, how long do you think them winning the Super Bowl buys them years on contracts or years as being a stand-up player or a coach?
Well, coach, if we're looking at, are you saying coach or quarter player?
Coach or quarterback, because I mean, for a wide receiver with a Super Bowl is not the same.
Not the same. Quarterback, I give you. It all depends on the weapons that you got. You can kind of play with it. Quarterback wise, like what else? For instance, whoever come in, let's say we're not really feeling hanky. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hey, we're not feeling them too much. Reveal like, hey, you're not producing what we want to, and we got weapons around you. So what's the problem? No weapons, I would probably say you got about 3 seasons, but you better have over 500 out of those 3. With some weapons, you got about 2. As a matter of fact, that first season, you better be over 500 and lost, not I would say per se about to lose the playoffs, but you just got beat up by the playoffs. So you really got no choice. But other than that, I said about 2 or 3 seasons. Now with a coach, same thing. We'll give you a season or so. I would say probably, well, not the same thing. I take that back. About 3 or 4. But 4 is kind of pushing it though, because you got to think about it. You got 2 drafts within there. Then you have like free agency and everything else. But right now, it's looking like, you know what I'm saying, though, 2 to 3 seasons on both ends. I give it 2 to 3 seasons.
So Bishop asked you the same thing. That's just like, let's say you got a soldier that wins Soldier of the Month, Soldier of the Year, even. Let's think that Soldier of the Year. But how much leeway does that buy them when they start becoming a problem for the most part? So, or if you had a soldier that won Soldier of the Year, Soldier of the Month, if they're not doing, they're coming to formation late here and there, late to Cook's Mount. Nothing really egregious, ain't like they got a DUI or anything like that. But how much leeway does that buy them with you in that case?
I don't think that's ever happened, bro. Because for one, you're not finna submit a soldier who's late, who's come from formation late. You're not finna submit you, because we all know.
So, okay,
we all know as some NCOs.
Yeah.
We know
so what about if they won? What about if they already won Soldier of the Year or Soldier of the Month or whatever case like that, brigade, battalion level, and now you know what I'm saying, now they're messing up and they're doing that. They've already been.
So then for me, then that means there's an issue. There's something underlying with that soldier, him or her, because if he or she wasn't doing that in the beginning, and they ended up winning Soldier of the Month, like I said, when you send a soldier, we all know as NCOs, former NCOs, we all know when we send a soldier up for Soldier of the Month and stuff like that to compete for Soldier of the Month, that they've already had a clean track record, because again, when it's all said and done, it's a reflection of you. Yep. So if they go up and they, you know what I'm saying, bomb or whatever, again, that reflects back on you. You didn't prepare that soldier. That soldier wasn't properly prepared. Now, with that saying, you saying that they start falling off once they've won Soldier of the Year, is some underlying issues, because therefore there's got to be something going on with that soldier. If they weren't, that wasn't their type of work ethic or mentality prior to winning. So hold up,
one quick, Jordan. Right, what we're not going to do, I'm not going to let you just read past that. Talk about former NCO. I am an NCO. No one is more professional than I. I am a non-commissioned officer, a leader of soldiers, and as a non-commissioned officer, I am a. Oh, hold up. I'm not saying.
Calm down.
But this is my thing, right? Okay. Check this out. I said we were former NCOs. That means we're no longer NCOs right now. We're not in current uniform. Former NCOs. Don't get it twisted. I know we are NCOs and we lead by example. But however, I was just saying.
He said, "Wow." But
that's my little brother.
Interject on what you said, Bishop. And we had an incident like that where we had a soldier that kept winning Soldier of the Year, Soldier Month. Boy, you know what I'm talking about. I'm too good. He played a little video game with y'all. You know what I'm talking about. I won't say his name because he got some issues going on. So he won Soldier of the Year, Soldier of the Month, all like that, downrange. But in garrison. The thing about this right here, the competition wasn't there. All the other units was gone. So he kind of won like by default. So once again, when we put him in certain positions, he was always that one that we're like, hey, he good. Soldier of the Year, Soldier of the Month, got this. Something small. Hey, you got head count. It was always an issue. Like, bro, how you win Soldier of the Month, Soldier of the Year, but you can't supervise head count with a clicker? It was always something. So just like a player, once again, now we got to look at the competition. What's around them? You know, hey, were you that good or was your competition that bad? And you just won by default. So now we bring you into, hey, look, you got a Super Bowl ring. You the man. But then all of a sudden, they get to a team, they get that NFC East. And it's like, all right, it's smash my ball now. Now it's a problem. So once again, you have to look at, like you said, the underlining of it. You know, was it given to them or did they earn it? Did they have the attributes already, or they never had the attributes? They was just the only one that showed up. So that's how I put that.
I
I
got it.
feel
I
you.
got it.
I feel you.
So, of course, gentlemen, this is what I would like to ask y'all to do as we get ready to go into these 4 games over the course of the weekend, NFL games. I would like y'all to rank the best game in y'all opinion, 1 through 4. Starting with the 4th game, what do you feel like was the best game of the weekend? At least the best game of the weekend.
There's no such thing, bro. In my
Can't.
opinion,
You can't.
there's no such game.
I tried.
There's no such
before you
game.
sent it to me. I tried.
You can't. You can't rate them. All the games went down to the wire. One game went into overtime. All the other ones went down exactly the same.
Yeah.
3 games were won by a field goal. 1 game was won by a touchdown in overtime. You can't rank. I can't rank those. There's no way I can rank those because they all fall on the same level.
Yeah. You have people breaking TVs, putting them back together, going to another room, break that TV, go to another room.
But let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go to this Kansas City and Buffalo game, right? Let's say this. If y'all do not believe in Josh Allen, y'all are crazy. You need to stop watching football, turn in your football card, stop watching all types of football, because if you do not believe in that young man, y'all are crazy. That
What
boy,
have I been saying?
That boy, that man went out and balled out in Kansas City. He balled out. Josh Allen had this game on yesterday. Last night, Josh Allen solidified on what you are to look for in a quarterback. If you don't believe, you do now. Absolutely. When I say that man put balls on a rope, he made some plays. Oh my God. And little bro, y'all better recognize this name. I called him kinfolk all
Gabriel
last
Davis.
night. Gabriel Davis. Gabriel Davis put in that work. Gabriel Davis. Now, mind you, Tyrone Matthews was out. The Honey Badger was out. He was out for the very first play in the game with the concussion. He is a straight gunslinger. Facts, little bro. Tyrone Matthews. Oh, there go Ron.
What's good, Ron?
Yeah, Davis playing. You already know. Tyrann Matthews was out because of a concussion by his own player. He got knee in the helmet, so they ruled him out for the rest of it. So that could have also played a huge factor in that game, being that the Honey Badger wasn't in that game. Because I'm gonna Gabriel Davis. Remember that boy, that man went off.
So in case you didn't catch it, I don't know where you was at, what you was doing. In case you didn't catch it, the Buffalo Bills faced off against the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City for the divisional playoff game. As we stated, Kansas City, although we're giving the praises to Josh Allen, Kansas City was victorious 42-36 in overtime. Josh Allen, 27 of 37, 329 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. As the man that Josh Allen also led his team 11 carries, 68 yards, but he did not lead in the receiving department, but he was dishing them out 8 receptions to Gabriel Davis, 201 yards, 4 touchdowns. Like my man was, handling his business. The Chiefs was led by Patrick Mahomes, 33 for 44, 378 yards, 3 touchdowns. Mahomes also led his team 7 carries, 69 yards. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 7 carries, 60 yards. Tyreek Hill, that man with the burners. Look at the wheels. 11 receptions, 150 yards, 1 touchdown. That 1 touchdown, as I said, was a burner. My man.
Man PlayStation. That's what that man is right there.
Cheetah in the building. So, of course, like Bishop was saying, Josh Allen. Now, this gives not to my own horror, all jokes aside. This is what I was talking about when I was talking about top player. Like in my opinion, the man is still the man is still that. His defense, without a doubt, let him down. I don't know what Leslie Frazier was doing, why they was guarding the sidelines with 13 seconds. Let them get the short pops. It doesn't make a difference. Let them have it. Like it doesn't make a difference. Instead, they gave up an average of 23 yards in two passes in what 9 seconds in
under a
nine
minute. Yeah,
in nine
under a
seconds.
minute was 2 touchdowns scored.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Less than a
So
minute, 53 seconds.
in 9 seconds they gave up 2 passes that allow them to get in field goal range. That was unacceptable. They completely let Josh Allen down, and I can't sit up and be upset for the way he looked as he sat on the bench, and it was like him nor Diggs. Like, you know what I'm saying? This happened to Diggs. Like, remember it happened to Diggs last year, but in a different game where he just sat and watched them, the confetti fall and all that type of stuff. And he was close. It was over. It was a wrap. They had it in the bag, and they allowed Kansas City to go down the field. Unacceptable. Rodney, what do y'all have? Mr. Gay, his soliloquy on it. What y'all have to say about the game?
Outstanding game, gentlemen. I mean, straight up, he did his thing. I mean, I didn't expect for it to be a blowout, but I didn't expect for him to do all that. I was highly impressed. Like I said, I broke one TV, went to another room, broke that TV. Yeah. I got they in the kids' room, they locked the room up. They're like, nah, you ain't breaking mine. But nah, outstanding.
What are you breaking TVs around here for?
I just breaking, look, Bernie, I'm about to go to the PX right now and just take my stock, stock card and charge it. No, I mean, but outstanding football. Outstanding football. I mean, we got our money's worth. The plays that he ran, controlling. The thing about me was that it was so much going on with not just creating, but capitalizing off a mistake. Somebody make a mistake, boom, we'll capitalize off that. Just back and forth. So hey.
I think my thing about it was the whole fact that I hear about the playing the sidelines. I'm sure they watched that game on Saturday. Yeah, and saw that whatchamacallit was playing the sidelines like that, and they was trying to avoid that was the Saturday before, actually, last Saturday when Dallas was playing the sideline, or not Dallas, but
San Francisco was playing the
sidelines, and they were trying to avoid what Dallas was doing. When I say I can't say this enough, man, Josh Allen, man, hey, hats off to that man. Hats off to that man for doing what he did in last night's game, man. He proved he is a true quarterback, up and coming in this league. Not only that, but I told y'all when it came down to it in this game, it was gonna be whoever had the ball last was gonna win that game. And my wife was like, well, no, actually, it wasn't who had the ball last, it was who had the ball first in the overtime. I said, no, if you think about it again, Kansas City had the ball last in regulation to kick the field goal, and Kansas City, yes, they won the toss and chose to get the ball first. However, they the last one to touch the ball.
Yep.
So they had the ball last, and I said it was going to be a high-scoring game.
Yeah.
I was gonna say they always call heads. Yep, always call. What's the name? They call tails, and they say tails never fails. But I said that. I said when he said tails, I said tails never fails. But heads it was. And when I seen that, and the way that game was going back and forth,
it was scared. They couldn't.
Like I said, Bills act like they were scared to tackle. No, bruh. Do you see how fast that dude? Man, he caught that ball at the 50-yard line in the middle of the field. He caught that ball in the middle of the field and completely outran the entire secondary without being touched. He had the audacity to give up the peace sign at the last dude who could possibly try to catch him, and he barely clipped him at the end, but he still stood up in the end zone.
Say that one more time. He had the what?
He barely tried to clip him.
Audacity.
He had the audacity to throw up the deuce sign like, bye, you's not finna catch me. I'm in this end zone. See y'all next year. Peace out. Get up out of our stadium.
That's gonna be on the mat and little special effect when you run the ball. Just that's gonna be L1 and triangle.
For the fact, do you think they could have called for that piece? and we might hear about it later, but Ron,
I was about to ask Ron. Yeah, Ron, why do you think they didn't call the taunting? Because I surely looked up and was like, well, yo, that's taunting.
I don't
like,
know, but I don't know the trade. I don't know if he actually put it at him or did he just put it out to the side? You know what I'm saying? Either, you know what I'm saying? Was it taunting at him? Like, did he put the peace sign directly toward him, or did he just put it out at the side? There's two different things.
But y'all, do you want to be that ref that make that call about that at that time?
Yeah, the game over now. It's over.
Exactly. So you don't want to make that call as a ref to be like, yo, am I really gonna throw it? Nah,
right.
I'll let him do it.
Yeah, because it ain't like you can't. It's not going to negate the touchdown.
Yeah. Yep, that part.
So, Bishop, my thing is, why are you giving Josh Allen and the Bills Mafia so much praise?
He said the Bills Mafia.
Because I said because they earned it, bro.
This is what we expected. Everybody knew it was going to be a high-flying game.
Right.
We knew it was going to be a lot of points. We knew it was going to come down to who had the ball last, and the Bills didn't get it done. And regardless, they had a top 5 offense, top 5 defense. They should have won this game. The biggest thing that jumps out to me is Singletary, about 10 carries, 26 yards, averaging 2.5 yards a carry. The Bills failed to get their rush game going. And if you look at the time of possession, which is the key to the game, because you don't want Mahomes to have the ball, because look what ended up happening. The Chiefs had the ball for almost 37 minutes, and the Bills had it for 26. I don't know what happened to their game plan, but they shouldn't have let the cheetah make them fireworks go off like that. I'm disappointed in their defense.
But I you know what? I totally agree with you, Ron. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I feel like Singletary probably should have got more carries. But look, even with Singletary not getting more carries, Josh did all the carrying. He ran like a running back, bro. Did you see him go head up with that DB and gave him that? Josh is not afraid, bro. When I say what I said is the white Vic, Josh don't care, bro, and he outrunning linebackers. I will say this,
right?
I will say this.
He did what he was supposed to do.
He did. But I will say this: that also what Josh was doing, and everybody talking about how Josh runs out the pocket, that sparked Patrick Mahomes. Because I've never seen Patrick Mahomes run the ball.
Yeah, Mahomes was getting it too.
He had never seen Mahomes run that ball like he ran that ball against them yesterday. Never. That he broke a almost 45-yard run, middle of the field. Like, I've never seen Pat do that. Pat was like, y'all don't even just talk about Josh like he the dude that could just run the ball and I can't. He's like, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you that I can run this ball.
Chuck Ford said the Bills defense is fraudulent. Josh Allen's only mistake of the night was the coin toss. Incredible performance by him. Y'all think it's a tragedy on the NFL that they don't make it, that the other team has a chance to go down the field and score as well?
I do. I'm glad you said that, Ron, because I was just about to go there because I feel like that's still unfair, bro, because you really, I get it. It is your job to stop the defense. Stop the offense. That is your job. And again, when it's all said and done, when they won, when Patrick and them won the toss, I knew then that they had won that game. They couldn't stop them. So now, I knew. I'm like, this game is over. This game is over.
Yeah.
And one thing you cannot do, you cannot man up Tyreek Hill. Yeah. You cannot. You have to play a zone on him. Yeah. You have to put somebody in the front and then behind him. You cannot man up Tyreek Hill. There's no one that can stay with Tyreek Hill man to man in the league. No one.
I agree.
And they love to run this. They love to run them slants away from the DB every single time. And if you get him open, 9 times out of 10, what you saw happen is going to happen when it comes to Tyreek Hill. He's going to outrun everybody.
Yeah.
So something that's definitely prevalent in which I seen last night is that the Chiefs are made definitely for Mahomes' skill set. Like they're made perfectly for his skill set without a doubt. So I ask y'all a question real quick. What do you think? What rating did you think? Not Mahomes. Josh Allen was out of high school.
Huh?
What star
rating? Not high.
Probably a 3. Probably a 2 or 3.
He was a 2. He was a 2-star dual threat quarterback out of high school.
Yeah, he was probably a 2. I think he was a 2 or 3. I know he wasn't 5.
Yeah, no. He was
Didn't he
supposed
play
to
another
you can say
position
that.
too?
Yeah.
Say that again, Ron. What's
I
that?
said, didn't he play another position too? I don't know
Yeah,
why
I
I
think
thought
so.
he
I
was a
think I
wide
heard somebody
receiver.
say something like, yeah, I heard somebody say I think he did play another position.
Yeah, he wasn't. I didn't see him being top pick or nothing like that. You can tell the way he played, very scrappy or whatsoever. That hey, he's just out there doing his thing. He gonna, you know what I'm saying though. It's almost just like how the New England Patriots had for a time when they have like a second string or a third string guy. I just play ball. I play to win. I play to win.
But this is my thing, man, and we're gonna talk about this about every game this weekend. How do you let again Ron, Trey, Jordan? How do you let
Nostra.
no
Trey,
Trey, Ron, Jordan? I said it right the first time. How do you let Travis Kelce get wide open? Now, I'm not talking about the back. I'm not talking about the back shoulder throw that Patrick put perfectly for him to catch that ball. Like
are you
only
talking
he
about
could
the
catch
one
it.
where he went straight up the seam
Straight up the
for them
middle
to go?
of the field.
Yeah, they gave him
Straight
23 yards in the 13 seconds.
Yep.
Yes. Straight up the middle of the field. How do you let Demo don't get me wrong, not knocking Tyreek, not knocking any of the other receivers or anything like that, but you have to account for Travis Kelce. You know this. And we're gonna talk about something similar to this later, but you have to account for Travis Kelce. And yet and still, you let this man run the middle of the field, where most tight ends go anyway, the middle of the field, and he gets a huge gain to put them in position to tie that game up.
NFL here, I had to sit up and research it to find out to see what that pick was in which which Mahomes was drafted and where did they get it from.
To answer your question, Bishop, man, real talk, I think it was busted defense. DBs get nervous, confused.
Oh, well, no doubt, yeah.
Straight up.
You, Dante.
Hey, linebacker, who you got? DBs and safe. Think about it. Free safety, corner. Yo, we got to talk now, bro.
Facts,
who you got? We going man. We going zone. Hell, we going prevent. What is it? Who got what? I think it was just straight up busted defense. Straight up, DBs got overloaded. Before you know it, they get to point the finger, but it's kind of like, hey, man, busted play. Because you would think that a linebacker would come back and get that. Safety comes up, another safety goes by. Hey, DBs, y'all got y'all man. But it's like, hey, safety's job is what? Number one, no man behind me. No man behind me. Hey, but what's the defense? What I say? Because I saw that. I was like, as a DB, busted defense. Straight up.
So, of course,
I
didn't see that either. So, of course, moving on to the next game, the next couple of games we're talking about, all won and separated by 3 points. This one being the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Tennessee, 1 seed versus the 4 seed. Tennessee's Titans, however, did not show they was the 1 seed. We're taking the L 19-16. The Bengals, Thorough Burrow, as they called him, 28 completions, 37 attempts, 348 yards passing, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Leading rusher, Joe Mixon, 14 carries for 54 yards.
Sooner.
There you go with that.
There you go.
Jamar Chase, five receptions, 109 yards. T. Higgins, 7 receptions, 76 yards. CJ Uzma, 77 receptions, 71 yards. In the same concerted effort. Hold up, man. The Titans, however, Ryan Tannehill had 15 to 24 yards, 15 to 24 for completions, 220 yards, 1 TD, 3 interceptions. As we know, you can't get anything done with a bunch of turnovers. Deontay Foreman, four carries, 66 yards. Derrick Henry, 20 carries, 62 yards. AJ Brown lead the receiving corps with 5 receptions, 142 yards, 1 touchdown. Julio Jones followed up with 6 receptions, 62 yards, with a 10 yard average per reception. Gentlemen, in this game,
That's some stats.
No
20.
Trey Damas. Think you had to explain yourself here on this one.
So Ron, just check it, right? The thing about it, see, this is why I picked Cincinnati, because everybody was high on the fact that the leading rusher before he went out in regards to Derrick Henry was coming back. But see, what they fail to realize, Derrick don't touch the ball every game, every play. Tannehill does.
Yep.
And so Ryan Tannehill, I didn't want to say anything then, but I knew. I said if it's left up to Ryan Tannehill, even though it was still a good game, it still was a barn burner and went down to the end, it was going to be up to Tannehill to win that game. It wasn't going to be up to Derrick Henry, because initially, I'm gonna be honest. Initially, I wanted to pick Tennessee, but I was like, you know what? Not because what changed my mind is the fact that of Tannehill. Tannehill changed my mind to flip over to Cincinnati, because I knew, deep down in my heart, I felt that Thorough Burrow was definitely gonna outplay Tannehill. I swear,
did. That's what I told y'all. When it comes down to these playoffs, sometimes you just got to pick the best player on the field, and Joe Thorough got it done. The biggest thing that sticks out to me is how in the world does A.J. Brown get 150 yards and a touchdown, and he almost is all of Ryan Tannehill's yards. He only threw for 220.
Right.
Yeah.
That's if they get somebody really in there that can do some things, they have an incredible cast. Ryan Tannehill, a 10.4 QBR. 10.4.
Them three INTs,
that's like an
man.
F-.
So a couple of good points was made.
Dante,
NFL hater, is it them or just Chase push off on every play?
What do you mean Chase push off on every play?
Are you talking about in the route NFL hater, or are you talking about when the ball's in the air? Line? Yeah.
I think he's electric. It's just static. He's just
yeah, and that's right there, NFL hater. That's exactly what Ron's talking about. You had AJ Brown putting all the stats up, and Julio just didn't really come into the game and be a dominant force like people are used to seeing Julio as. And I think that was key for the Titans on why they lost. Because
he's more of a possession receiver now.
Right.
He needs somebody with accuracy.
That's that part key. There's no way you sack a quarterback. That was a record. That was a record for nine sacks. Was a record on Saturday to be sacked 9 times in a playoff game and still win. The last time it happened was by Donovan McNabb, and he had 8, and they won in the playoff game.
That's insane.
That's mad insane. There's no way you should lose with 9 sacks. Your defense did their part, bro. Your defense did their part. 9 sacks? Come on, bro. What more do you want him to do? And they kind of held Jamar Chase down. How many catches did he have?
I'm about to say that, yeah.
Jamar didn't have. They had a man on top and underneath him.
5 receptions.
5 receptions in the hole. That's one.
What did he? Let me see.
I think 5. It wasn't many. He probably had about a handful.
He had 7.
Oh, he had 7.
Okay, he had 5. No, he had 5. He had 5.
Okay, so he had 1 catch per quarter.
Basically,
bruh, come on, man. That they did their part in regards to holding down Jamar.
From the DB to the center, from the DB to the nose guard to DNs and everybody, they did their job.
They did.
They did it.
For letting him get sacked that many times. I know, right? I was telling my wife, I told her the same thing. I was like, even though we won, I said if I was Joe Burrow, I'd have went in that locker room and cut them straight out, man. I was like, look, we won, but let me tell y'all something, man. If I'm on my back, how we set a record, even though we won, I'd have been like, even though we won, how we set a record for allowing sacks in a playoff game. I need y'all all to think about that. I'll be talking to the whole offensive line. I need y'all all to think about that. We won the game. Got it. But there is no way we're going to make it to the Super Bowl or win a Super Bowl with me being on my back 9 times.
So who do they play next? Who do they play next?
They got the Bengals got Kansas City in Kansas City.
So guess what Kansas City's front 4 doing right now?
Oh, they're looking at their game tape. They're looking at that game film
tape already.
That game film is already being.
Coordinator is like, hey,
they just sit out
to the Tennessee do though.
Facts. Because Kansas City's defensive line is nothing like Tennessee.
Tennessee's is top 5.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm just saying, though, at least you have a strategy, a blueprint to go off of. Because it is the playoffs.
Facts.
Of course,
Joe gonna light them boys up.
Moving on to where it really happens at.
Can't wait till Friday, Ron. Can't wait till Friday.
Moving on to where it happens at in the NFC, the Los Angeles Rams travel over to Tampa Bay to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. Unfortunately, home field advantage did not make a difference as the Rams came out victorious 30-27. Now we're not going. It was a blowout initially where it looked like it was going to be the biggest scoring game or the biggest deficit. But Tom Brady did what he does as I was about to say what you call official GOAT. Matt Stafford, 28 yards, 38 attempts, 66 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cam Akers, 24 carries for 48 yards, although he did give it up at the most inopportune time. Cooper Kupp, that bad man, he wear that triple K for a reason. 9 receptions, 183 yards, 1 touchdown. Odell Beckham, 6 receptions, 96 yards. Buccaneers, not to be missed, Tom Brady again, 54 passing attempts, but he was 30 for 54, 329 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Mike Evans with the burners, 8 receptions, 119. Rob Gronkowski, 4 receptions, 85 yards. Mike Evans with the touchdown. Leonard Fournette, 13 carries, 51 yards. First game back, he came in and he did a little damage, 2 touchdowns. He kept them in there, but gentlemen, what would you say about Cooper Kupp in this performance? We know he's not going to get MVP, but do you think he should? If they extended the season to the playoffs,
he should. He should definitely be in consideration. Again, what?
As the Rams fan, no. Our last game of the season, we all had these opportunities, and we wanted to come up and play sorry and let the Niners embarrass us. Cooper Kupp was about 20 yards short of breaking Calvin Johnson's receiving yard title. He was like 20 yards short from 2000.
We locked it down.
You got to get that. And then he was, I think, a couple receptions short of the all-time record too.
Mm-hmm.
He had to put those in the bag.
He was 2 receptions short of the all-time and 18 receptions short yards short of the all-time.
We got to blame Matthew Stafford, just like we was about to blame him yesterday for letting the GOAT come all the way back, which we just wanted to make it entertaining.
Hold on, Ron. Are you gonna blame Matthew Stafford for letting the GOAT come back?
Absolutely.
How? Explain that one to me.
I gotta hear this.
Because he's the quarterback and he's up 27-3. Get the offense going. There's no way that there should be a tie game to end the game. How?
Because
we just stopped moving the ball. That defense did turn up a little bit, but I'm
talking about the Rams defense. How did they allow them to?
Because y'all had some fumbles.
Yeah, we definitely had some costly fumbles, like Trey said, Cam Akers. But the defense, I mean, we knew Tom Brady was going to get some points on the board. That was just what everybody was waiting. Facts. Everybody kept talking about the Atlanta Falcons jitters that we was getting. So the points was going to come. It just makes no sense why this game is about to go to overtime. It was a collapse, a fourth quarter collapse by everyone in the Rams organization. It shouldn't have been this close.
So you know what I realized, what I noticed
in both heart attacks.
In both instances, because of course, what happened is Mike Evans with his run by on Jalen Ramsey, and then Cooper Kupp with his run by. In both instances, we are taught this. You're taught this, especially DBs. You don't let the man run up on you. How did Jalen Ramsey let Mike Evans run up on him and then expected to turn and run with him when he's already in full stride? Same thing with the safety from and when he came up on Cooper just blew right past him. Like those are clearly mistakes.
Well, in defense of Jalen Ramsey, he thought Mike Evans gave him a double move, and a double move is one of the hardest moves for those who know football. Is one of the hardest moves to cover, because as a safety or a corner, when you're covering, your first thought is, of course, right, make a big play.
Yep.
So your reaction is, if they throw this ball, I'm finna pick this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you really felt like you reading that first move, you reading it and you think you can make a play. It is what it is.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
wasn't.
but you know where that started at though.
That happened with whatchamacallit too. A
You know
double
where it
move.
started
A
at?
double move happened on both. Not only that game, but it was another game. A double move happened.
Oh, well, Gabriel took them ankles
Yep,
in
Gabriel
the.
Davis. That's right. He took it. And oh boy, fell. He fell on
So
that
you
double
know where
move.
it all started at? They tried to keep Scotty Miller from taking the top off. They had to roll the defense over to his side, which of course you believe, okay, Jalen Ramsey can lock up with Evans. We're not gonna have a
Evans,
problem.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it just it. I don't. Again, this is another game, especially if you're a ball hawk. Facts. If you're a ball hawk, especially you always trying to make that
Yeah,
big play.
that's how Allen got it. I mean, what's
But
his
there's
name?
no
Diggs
way.
got exposed.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no way. Again, how do you allow Cooper Kupp, probably the number one receiver, if the number one receiver on the team, get wide open down the middle of the field?
Because he's the best in the league.
Triple K, 3K.
Nope. But again, that is Tampa Bay's fault because they was in a zero coverage.
Yep.
And it was supposed to be in a blitz.
Yep.
And the blitz came late, and Matthew Stafford made him pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Stafford made him pay, and he
Way
put
too
that
much
ball
time.
on the rope. He put that ball on the rope, and Cooper Kupp was there to catch it.
We got him. It's okay. We got him.
Oh, you say that. You say that. Ooh,
I can understand. I can understand.
I can't wait till Friday.
I can understand the defense wanting to say, okay, wait, let's just make Matthew Stafford beat us. Let's see if he can get it done. And he delivered. I think the Rams sometimes they get the feeling themselves. They got them Odell Beckham vibes. They get a little hype. And they came up against a real team in Tampa Bay. And like what we was talking about, Mike Evans really punched Jalen Ramsey in the mouth. He was manhandling.
And all Jaden could do is shake his head. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was, you know what I'm saying? That's not him. That's right. True, Key. That's facts. That's facts. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking that issue, but you know what I'm saying? I understand the assignments in front of us. It's hard to be a team 3 times in a row in one season, especially at what's at the stakes now. So
I think you should feel fully confident. I mean, looking at the second half, the Rams is always something. It's either the first half is taking forever for them to get going, the second half collapse. Is always something going on. 3 drives where we went 3 and out. I'm blaming Matthew Stafford. Somebody on here said you can't blame Matthew Stafford. 3 second half drives where you're just going 3 and out. The Rams offense is too good for you not to establish any type of momentum. And then 3 fumbles. It's ridiculous.
Ron, I can agree with you.
But those fumbles wasn't Matthew's fault.
I think one of them was.
I agree with Ron.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times what it is that when you like me, Ron, when you got expectation of your team and your players, you expect for them to perform in a manner to where is that it is, you know, the last game and you got to show out and you got to really show your dominance. So when it's like, hey, man, we know you're going to win, but we're in the playoffs. It's how you going to win. How you going to put these numbers up? You should be dominating this. What is the problem? So, yeah, your personal expectations of your own team is always going to override what the win is and the stats and stuff. So I do agree with you, Ron. I feel you on that. I'm like that about my team forming on as Washington.
So, of course, moving on, you know what I'm saying, and the analyst formerly known as Trey, now Nostradamus.
Here we go.
Well, before I move to this game. Go ahead. Actually, let's give Rod his flowers today, Bishop. Let's give him. He did go 3. He did go 3.
I'm happy you kept track. I'm like, man, I swear I should be Ron Stradamus.
He did go 3.
I'll take that better. I'll take that better than no.
He did go 3. Anyway, anything to stop me, I understand. So he did go 3-1 for this past week, putting him at 6-4. Tied with Bishop at 6-4, but Nostradamus still leads 7-3 with 3 games less on the season, and most likely I'm just going to play it smooth. I know what they're going to try to do, everyone. They're going to try to get me to pick first, so that way I can't utilize my strategy by picking the same thing that they pick to stay in the lead. But it's okay, because I don't need that. Because I am Nostradamus the Almighty, I will pick my picks.
It doesn't matter. Regardless, it's coming down to the Niners versus the Rams. I know on God's green earth, you're not picking the Rams.
If you know what, I'm going
I can't stand the
49ers. I'm going to pick the Rams just so y'all can pick the 49ers. I simply take that. I would fall on the sword. I will fall on the sword for it. I will fall on the sword for it. Speaking of 49ers, of course, which was the game in which no one thought was going to happen. San Francisco traveled to that frozen tundra. Them California boys went over to traveled to Green Bay to take on the Green Bay Packers, in which San Francisco shocked the world with 13-10 victory, walking out of Green Bay for the fourth time in the playoffs for 2 years in a row. They have defeated them. Jimmy Garoppolo was 11 completions, 19 attempts, 131 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Eli Mitchell, 17 carries for 53 yards. Deebo Samuel's 10 carries for 39 yards. The only actual touchdown came on a special teams touchdown as the block punt. So special teams showed up, gave them the opportunity to get the win. The Packers, Aaron Rodgers, 20 for 29, 225 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Aaron Jones, 12 carries, 41 yards. Aaron Jones also led with the receivers in 9 receptions, 129 yards. He had that one where he got loose in the backfield, but he got ran down. Devontae Adams, 9 receptions, 90 yards. Gentlemen, was this just a defensive slugfest and the best special teams won, or was it just a complete debacle by that bad man Aaron Rodgers?
Trey, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
I feel like Aaron Rodgers did a incredible job against a rowdy 49ers defense. Mm-hmm. But how do you honestly feel about Jimmy Garoppolo after this game?
It hasn't changed. He is a game manager and a dismal one at that, in my opinion. And they're basically living on the back of Deebo and Kittle and Mitchell. The fact that we have the running back by committees in which you don't know which one you're going to get at any particular time, which allows the opportunity to get Deebo, Ayuk, Jennings, and Kittle in the passing lanes, and that's how basically we've been living.
He gets it done. He's a winner.
But just barely 131 yards. That's not going to get it. Like we're basically doing the same thing that we did in 2019, which when we got to the game, we couldn't keep. It lived for a second until they figured it out, and then they started blowing the top off, blowing past our defenders, and it just didn't work. So they have to find something different. I mean, they have found something different in Deebo Samuels and Elijah Mitchell with the 1-2. Monster is supposed to be coming back. He's back off IR. They just have to activate him. So again, hopefully that'll give them a different outlook. If we ain't seen Monster in a while, and he come in and does what got him the starting running back before he got injured at the beginning of the year. So I don't think it's completely Dizzo. It's just the fact that we're going up against a division opponent the second time, for the third time in 1 year, in which the second time we played them, we were supposed to take a L, honestly.
So. NFC West making the whole NFC get jumping. But this game was weird. I don't know, fellas. How y'all feel? It was
one of the games where you kind of like, okay, what's going on? Yeah, it's even hard to explain. I kept watching. I was like, okay, we didn't expect to see the Aaron Rodgers that we thought was going to see, and the defense. And it was kind of like one of the ones where, okay, get over with and somebody win. It was like almost like backyard football. That's why I saw it. It was kind of more or less like everybody was just kind of just out there running around doing their thing, making plays, but not really executing in a way of you can keep consistency. So real hard game. Like I said, Trey, it was kind of sloppy defense, like you said, but at the same token, no type of consistency of things. That's how
I will say that was probably the worst game of the weekend. Even though out of all 4 games, that was the worst. That was the worst game. That was the worst game. I mean, 2 degrees in Lambeau, which was expected. You already knew that. By the time the game ended, they were already, there was snow falling, stuff like that. Aaron Rodgers was not that bad, man, as we normally used to see. I mean,
boy,
they came out strong. They came out. CJ, what's up? What up?
CJ? What up?
Yeah, they came out firing on all cylinders at first, but then it fell apart, man. It completely fell apart. And I didn't know Aaron Rodgers was winless against the 49ers in playoff games. He's winless.
49ers ain't nothing to mess with.
He is winless.
You know what? I'm surprised. I'm surprised Trey Lance didn't get a single series. I would have threw him out there.
So you know what?
But Ron, how could you do that? Oh, you said Trey. No, the game was still on the line though.
So think about this, right? Think about this. Have y'all? Of course, I've taken it into consideration. What if Jimmy G takes them to the NFC Championship? I mean, takes them to the Super Bowl, and even wins the Super Bowl.
He won't.
He's supposed to be out next year. Like what? You know what I'm saying? Where has it been where a team has let go of their quarterback winning NFL Super Bowl winning quarterback?
He won't. Rookie. You're talking. No, he won't. He won't make it past this week.
You don't have to take normal airlines, but he can get the private jet ready right after the game to go right to Pittsburgh or something.
Yeah, he won't make it. Damn. This weekend is his last week. This weekend coming up is his last game.
Oh, it sounds like a prediction.
He'll be out. Y'all won't have to worry about. Y'all won't have to worry. Yeah, y'all don't have to worry about those problems. Those aren't problems that y'all will have to face. Those aren't problems y'all will have to face.
Friday can't get here fast enough.
It can't. It can't. Those are problems y'all will not have to face. Y'all biggest what y'all need to worry about right now is that man called Aaron Donald and Von Miller. Worry about them right now. That's all y'all got with Jalen Ramsey. That's it. That's what y'all need to worry about right now. Everything else,
we're gonna make Jimmy G want to put Trey Lance in.
It's like, yo, hey. Trey.
You want some time, Trey? Come on. We're gonna get you some time, dog. We'll get you some time.
He's gonna be on the bench like Willie Beamer was with a bag of potato chips and a magazine.
Well, let me ask y'all this question real quick, though. This for y'all, Trey, Ron, Jordan. What's more likely to happen? Brady retiring or Rodgers leaving Green Bay?
I think both of them have equal amount of stake in the game.
No, but what's more likely?
No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. They're both. I think both are going to happen.
Oh, you think both are going to happen?
Did y'all see Brady's lip? That man looked like
he was hot. And he got fined. He got not fined, but he got a penalty for that. He's probably going to get fined. He probably going to get fined.
Brady ain't walking off the end of his career with a punch looking like Debo just beating down on Friday. He ain't walking off like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So you feel like Rodgers?
I think he's gonna win one more Super Bowl and call it quits.
I feel you, Dante. Rodgers leaving is more likely to happen. I feel you, CJ. I feel y'all. He was mad. Oh, you say both key? Okay. He was mad. He was pissed. I think he's going to Pittsburgh. Ooh. You think Aaron Rodgers is going to Pittsburgh or Denver? Ooh.
If I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm going into my 40s. I'm turning into a real celebrity. Discount double check, but I'm gonna call it discount disappointment check for the time being.
Right.
I want to go to somewhere where it's nice, where I can sit on the beach and spread my toes out and relax.
Yep.
What about Miami? Wouldn't that be sexy? Aaron Rodgers going to the Dolphins. That or the 49ers.
Ooh, I say Aaron Rodgers gonna go. I already seen him scream. He had said straight up, he's not trying to rebuild with nobody. He had said that yesterday, right after on the press conference right after the game. He was like, I'm done. He really appreciated the fans. He literally gave a farewell statement to them. He said he's not really looking at rebuilding with the team.
Straight up. Yeah, that's his biggest thing. He's like, Rodgers does not. Rodgers
and I was seeing him in Miami. He'll shave the beard.
Oh yeah, he'll be a monster in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he's gonna be on more of them State Farm commercials and everything else. He's gonna be doing his thing.
Yeah, goes to a team that's one team. Yeah, he would definitely has to, like he said, like Jordan said, Rodgers has already stated he's not up for the rebuilding thing. So he's like, but then a lot of critics are saying it depends on what they do with Adams.
Yeah.
Because if Adams is up for free agency, This was his last year on the contract. So it all depends. A lot of people feel like if Green Bay re-signs Adams, that maybe Aaron may come back.
They're 40 million over the cap, bro.
I know that's the issue too. That's
Green
another
Bay.
thing.
Green Bay ain't like Dallas and Jerry Jones. They don't be spending money like that.
Right.
So
bye.
So I asked you guys a question before we move on from the playoffs real quick. What do y'all think is, the underdogs being the 49ers and the Bengals, what do you think their ceiling is? Is both of them one and done? Now, as Bishop was saying, San Francisco is in LA, and Bengals continue on. What's your thoughts?
I think the Niners are the scariest team in NFL.
What? Do not feed into them.
Especially when they're healthy. Their front four, their linebackers, and their D line is nothing to mess with. And Deebo Samuel is all over the place. They even got Kittle, the perfect punch you in the mouth tight end. I'm terrified of the 49ers, but Joe Burrow, he sure do make it look good.
My personal opinion, I feel where you coming from, Ron, because
exactly.
They do. But I'm seriously saying you cannot ignore the fact that Kansas City is still a force to be reckoned with.
Yes,
they got that championship switch, man.
When they
four straight,
when they ready and they hitting on all cylinders, like everybody's like, oh, Kansas City. When they had that slump during the season, everybody's like, oh, Kansas City ain't gonna make it.
Yeah.
And here they are.
Do y'all feel there's a defense out there that can slow Kansas City right now?
No, because I thought the one rule was you can't leave Mahomes with a minimum of 30 seconds. 30 seconds is too much to end the game with him because he can't
that part key.
Turns out it's less than 10 seconds.
Yeah.
You can't
you gotta leave that man with 5. You gotta leave that man with 5 seconds on the clock with 25 from the 25-yard line.
Let him get a throw.
Bro, you can't.
That punt return. Oh my gosh. I was
bro, you just can't, bro. KC, like that part, CJ. They like when it's all said and done, they've been here before. So they know what it's about. This is a team that has that hunger still. And to me, that is the most feared team because they are right back at that same level when they won the Super Bowl the last time. They're right back. They the ones I fear the most is Kansas City, to be honest. Not taking nothing from Joe Burrow, or, Josh Allen. I mean, not Josh Allen, but Matthew Stafford. We ain't gonna talk about Garoppolo because he really ain't do nothing. But those other
you know what? I can't wait. I can't wait. We gonna bust it out in the Super Bowl. That's what's up.
The Super Bowl. Y'all not finna make the Super Bowl, Trey. Stop it.
Okay.
Y'all know y'all skinned out on this. This win versus Green Bay, that was y'all Super Bowl.
Joe Burrow's better than Josh Allen.
Look, that was the last dance.
Ooh, you said, hold on. Did y'all hear what Ron said? Ron said Joe Burrow is better than Josh Allen. Do y'all agree with that statement?
Hell no.
No.
Do y'all truly agree with that statement?
No.
You might have to reconsider when he's playing in the Super Bowl this year.
Now we saying this off of just these games? Because come on now.
I don't know.
Got that 1 year.
Absolutely, CJ.
Everybody got that 1 year.
Yeah,
Ooh, Dante, you believe it?
Paid for decades. Players always gonna get another job. What?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I could say. I don't know if I could say, bruh, with the things that I know the Buffalo Bills didn't make it, but bruh,
he just took down. I get what you're saying. You can't just make it off of that one game, but it's been 2. Won the first round. Then comes up against a 1 seed Tennessee powerhouse, like weapons.
No, don't do that, Ron. No, Ron, you can't. Ron, you cannot. Ron, you cannot do that.
He got sacked 10 times. 10 times.
He
still
did.
Coming out there gunslinging.
He pulled a Tyson Fury and
he did
in a coming off the mat. Yeah,
exactly. Dante Wild, he got back up.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. He did get sacked 9 times. I get it. However, if that's because that right there alone tells me he's not better than Josh though. because of the fact Josh didn't get. Josh got to one.
Said Josh don't get sacked.
He don't. And Josh, one thing about Josh, I will give this. Josh is more scary outside the pocket. And he showed you when he gets outside the pocket, you have to be on. You have to be on all your P's.
He was a dual threat quarterback coming out of high school.
Absolutely, you have to be on all P's and Q's because if either you have to make a decision. Either you're gonna try to stop Josh from running, or you're gonna try and stop Josh from making that completion. But either way, you got to make a decision and you got to make it quick because Josh is not afraid to run that ball. That's one thing Joe Burrow doesn't do. Joe Burrow is great in the pocket. He's good in the pocket. He makes sound decisions. He makes great throws in the pocket. But outside the pocket, Joe Burrow has nothing on Josh.
Yeah,
he is. Dante, he's not afraid to truck a defender. You're right, Dante. He's not. He trucked one yesterday with no problem.
CJ, that part for real.
That part.
So going back to a couple of things like the star rating, y'all, you know what the star rating was on Devontae Adams coming out of high school?
4? No, probably a 3.
A 2. You know what it was on Cooper Kupp?
A 1.
He wasn't even rated.
Wow. Hey, with that being said, anybody that's listening, whether even if it's young student athletes or parents, pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Because just because you rated coming out of high school doesn't mean you can't flourish and make it to the NFL and be a prime time player.
Yep.
Trey just told you 3 players who was not high in ratings coming out of high school, and look what they're doing now in the NFL. Look at what they're doing now. Yeah, One in Cooper Kupp, who's almost.
He holds the record for the NCAA in the college for receiving yards and all that stuff. So he's just now coming into his own. I guess it took to get Stafford. Maybe what's his name? What was the quarterback prior to before they traded?
It was
Goff. Maybe Goff wasn't the answer. And now they got Stafford, which is boosting, is basically using it to his advantage.
And everybody was talking about Stafford when he was in Detroit, like he didn't have it. And now when you give him the weapons around him, it almost brings you to the fact of the matter when Matthew had Megatron. You know what, Ron, as he said that's a good. What do you think Lamar would do with a cup or Adams?
Ooh, it's electric. I mean, he turned dudes like Brown, and when people get nicknames, they become iconic. And he became Hollywood Brown with Lamar Jackson. Right. Think about what he would turn a Cooper Kupp into. It would be out of control. I'm so disappointed in the Ravens for not putting around an incredible cast around Lamar in one of his prime years. But CJ said running quarterbacks that play outside the pocket.
Mahomes. That's why I said Mahomes.
Yeah.
You consider him an outside of the pocket quarterback?
Yeah.
Mahomes?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Him and Josh Allen are definitely out of the pocket quarterbacks.
If you ain't patting that ball 5-6 times, you out of pocket.
Did y'all see?
They just get it.
Did y'all see the pump fake that Matthew Stafford did in that game, where he went to a full motion of almost throwing the ball? Most quarterbacks do that little quick hitch to pump fake. Matthew Stafford went full motion as though he was going to throw the ball, pump faked it, brought it back, and came back left with the ball. Like, bro, like who does that? That's phenomenal offensive line protection for your quarterback to give a full pump fake and then be able to throw the ball out to the left like that.
So I'm gonna run down a quick list right quick. I'm gonna ask y'all, can y'all see it? As we say, a potential for Aaron Rodgers to be out. So y'all, I'm gonna give you a few names. The Denver Broncos. Can you see it?
Of course.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I can see that.
He'll be sitting behind a legacy, so I'm gonna say no because they're gonna be like, "Oh, you trying to be like Peyton?" That's something hard right there. I was out in Colorado during that Peyton My daughter got a jersey, bro. I'm trying to tell you, put it this way: if you had a party and you was going to a party in between Peyton and John Elway, they'll let Peyton in before John Elway. Peyton can walk into Shanahan's, which is like the top restaurant right there. No, it's hard to say. It's hard to become behind Peyton. So that's the only reason I'm gonna say no with Aaron Rodgers going there.
New York Giants.
That's a rebuilding. That's a rebuild.
Yeah.
No.
And he gonna get smashed.
All they got is Saquon. All they got is Saquon.
Yeah, we talked about that the other day. Yeah. Okay. New Orleans Saints.
Sexy.
The Saints.
They know how to get down out New Orleans now.
It's a dome. Him and Sean Payton. I know Sean Payton would probably commit then for them.
I freaking love it.
Yeah, he would definitely commit then.
Fireworks.
Yeah, I could probably see him in New Orleans.
Can you see him and Devontae going there, and Michael Thomas going ahead and staying there with Kamara?
Ooh, we gotta look at the cap. They don't got that much money.
They got probably done.
Yeah, no cap. Like he said that. She said no cap.
They thick on defense too. They got some players.
They are.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh yeah. You talking about Aaron Rodgers? Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, the Steelers.
Yeah. He'll look good there, but I don't.
Him and Juju. If Juju can come out that funk, and then you got Claypool,
Johnson, and little mini Megatron,
and then you got and then you got whatchamacallit in the backfield too. Oh yeah. I can see him in Pitt. Yeah, I can see him in Pitt. I can see him in Pitt.
Las Vegas Raiders.
No.
He'll go there for the weather.
No.
He'll go there for the weather and gamble. There's no weapons there for him.
We can throw a lot of these options out. We got to remember Rodgers is a superstar. He thinks he's fancy.
Yeah.
The last one. Watch one. Washington football team.
No, don't bring him over here. We want them.
Heck no.
We won't even want that. We won't even want that. Don't somewhere with that stuff, that boy.
No.
Don't do stuff that boy. Don't come down to DC or DMV on the East Coast with all that. We giving you this and giving you, bro. He get ran out of town.
I'm gonna be like y'all.
Ain't gonna put up with that.
I'm gonna be like Trey, and I'm gonna be like Ron. I feel like Aaron Rodgers is gonna be like GOAT and Tom Brady. And I say that in the aspect of the fact that Tom Brady was like, all right, I'm 44 years old, 43. It's cold out here in Wisconsin. I'm finna go to Tampa Bay where it's warm. My bones don't get achy when the cold weather hit. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna go out. I feel like Aaron's gonna do something like that. He gonna go somewhere where he been out there in that cold too long. He ready to chill out in some warm weather. You know what I'm saying?
I'm Rodgers. I'm going to Miami.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He going somewhere where it's warm. He ain't trying to. But is Miami ready, Ron? Do Miami have everything in place where they're not rebuilding, where he can be successful with what they have in place now, Ron? That's my question.
He may come home. Just what Key was saying. He might go ahead and come on home.
No.
You talking about San Francisco?
Yeah.
If San Francisco or New Orleans call, I'm answering the call and I'm on my way.
But why would he go? But Ron, why go to San Francisco when you got a rookie in Trey Lance?
Yep.
The same reason why San Francisco should have let go Jimmy Garoppolo and took Brady.
Trey Lance is a great trade asset. I don't know.
Ooh,
no, they ain't no trading.
But, did y'all see what CJ just said though?
He can go to Tampa Bay or Tom Lee. Ooh. But he'll still be somebody else's shadow though.
It don't matter though.
It don't matter to us. But
but
where he's coming from though.
Facts.
You gotta look at where he's coming from. See, everybody that we name that he'll have to fall behind, the media's gonna get to him. Think about this is just us. Think about Skip and Shannon. And you know Shannon gonna jump on that.
I feel you, Key.
Stephen A. Smith and everybody else.
I was waiting for somebody to say that, Key.
Yeah. It's gonna
I think we have to keep in consideration that Adams comes with him too when we talk about Miami not being enough.
Okay.
I can see that. See, and that puts you in the same category, or that puts you in the same in conversation in regards with Tom Brady going to get Antonio Brown and going to get Gronk to come to Tampa Bay. So like I could see that. I could see that, Ron. I could see him saying, "Hey, Devontae, let's go to South Beach. Let's go down to Tampa. Let's go down to Florida where it's sunny. Let's do this."
Be living it up.
And I see Devontae being like, "Man, let's do it. When we flying, we're articulate. Let's go. I'm out. I'm with you."
There's how Gronk did Brady.
Do y'all really think they're going? Do y'all really think that's going to happen? They're going to end up in Buffalo. Going to end up in the same.
I feel like it's real possible. And then, even with Ron, what he just said, I think the fact of the matter, but see, it won't be a trade. It can't be a trade because they're not going to take Tua when they already got Lance. They're not going to take. I mean, not Lance, but Love. They're not going to take Tua when they already got Love. There's no need for two quarterbacks like both of them who are still trying to figure it out. But signing whether it's a free agency or whatever. Well, Rodgers got one more year on his contract.
Yeah, he has to be traded.
Yeah, he has to be traded. So yeah, he has one more year. Devontae doesn't. Devontae is a free agent.
Yeah.
So Rodgers don't care. I agree with you, CJ. Rodgers don't care about none of that because we know he was wanting to be out of there at the beginning of the season anyway. So I totally agree with you. But Ron, that is him and Devontae in Miami. Ooh wee. But the thing about that though, Ron, who is going to be the coach? That plays a factor too.
Well, there's lots of options. I would let Rodgers make that decision.
Yes.
So of course we all know that's going to continue to be ongoing for the rest of the off season now that Aaron is sitting at home. But gentlemen, a couple of things happened in the NBA over the weekend. Let's take a trip down memory lane, right? So first thing we'll talk about, yesterday was the 7th year in which Clay dropped 37 in the first quarter, which is an NBA record, to eclipsing George Gervin's 33-point first quarter. In the game, he scored 52 points, in which I didn't realize until I had looked over and researched it. He didn't play the fourth quarter in this game.
Yeah, he did not.
Everybody
talked about that. How he didn't play fourth quarter. Yeah,
he dropped 37. And then of course, we have that Mamba. 16 years ago. Yeah, 16 years ago. 16 years ago, the Black Mamba dropped 81 against Toronto.
I saw that game
on the 25th. In these games, gentlemen, do you see a situation in which someone's going to eclipse Kobe's 81? Although it came close.
Without a doubt.
You see it happening?
Who came close?
I see it happening.
Devin Booker dropped 70, but I mean,
what do you?
Yeah, I see it happening. Somebody gonna end up.
Devin Booker dropped 70.
It ain't gonna happen within the next 5 years. I don't think.
What?
It ain't gonna happen within the next 5 years.
No.
It'll happen, but it may happen. But
I just look at how just the past generation, we think pre-pandemic, has gotten close. Like Jason Tatum has had a 70-point game. Booker had a 70-point game. James Harden has had multiple 70-point games. It's getting close. That's right there. Clay and Steph could get it.
Mm-hmm. If anybody's going to get it, I think it's going to be Steph.
You think so?
I think he's gonna have it. Yeah, I think he's.
I didn't even realize Steph,
where he's gonna go.
Steph hit his first buzzer beater for the first time this over the weekend or last week. He never had a buzzer beater prior to now. Interesting enough.
I think it's gonna be a challenge.
Oh yeah, without question.
The whole team's gonna have to buy in, but I like Kobe's 81 being solidified. It's something that nobody can break, just being up there for like 20 years or something.
What's funny is that's not even the top record though. The 100 points is, but everyone over
ain't nobody see that one.
But the scoring was different then too, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And
different.
he was stacking an era in which, you know what I'm saying, Wilt was just dominant. He has many a plethora. If you look up and down that list, he is all over that list
On
with
all a bunch of
60-point
lists,
games, 50-point games, multiple 60-point games, and then then
everything but championships. Dang,
Yep.
Wilt.
Now I got a question for y'all on
yeah,
basketball.
that's the best. Yeah.
Do you think what team can do what the Bulls did when they only lost like 10 games that year? I think they went 72-10.
Well, the
Was
Pacers.
72
I mean, not the Pacers. But
Golden State did it
already
already.
done it.
But they did already?
They were
My bad.
73-9.
That's
Yeah,
right.
they
Okay,
went
my bad.
73-9. Yeah. Golden State already did it.
And then they lost, so it don't count.
Yep. That's what
Yeah,
threw me off. They
Yeah,
lost that year. That's what threw me off. Yeah.
Yeah, they lost that year. But yeah, they've already done it. They got the best record.
So last week we spoke about the whole Pistons trade, in which we kind of scoffed at it. It was looking at the possibility. What ended up, it wasn't a possibility. It was all actual facts, where the Pistons did decline the trade from the Lakers for Talon Thornton, Kendrick Nunn, and the 2027 first round pick for Jeremy Grant. Gentlemen, as GMs, were y'all turning down that offer?
Mm-hmm. I was.
For
I
Jeremy Grant?
Yeah.
Who was trying to trade him?
THT. It was the Lakers tried to trade THT, Kendrick Nunn, and a 2027 first round pick.
Nah, the Pistons can get more.
Yeah, 2027.
Yeah,
no,
because you don't know what's coming out.
That's 5 years from now.
Yeah,
no.
That's all we had to offer, man.
You get something like that from overseas. I rather
that ain't enough.
I think that's overseas.
Bye then. If that's all y'all got to offer, well, we'll see you in 2027.
Lakers is desperate.
Bruh,
so what do y'all think? So another conversation that has been held was Russell Westbrook and a first round pick for John Wall. Are y'all pulling that trigger?
Wait, say that again. Hold on, say that again. Say that again.
I thought that was fake.
John Wall for Russell Westbrook and a first round pick.
With LeBron there? With LeBron in LA.
Yeah.
And John Wall
and LeBron.
He's trying to do what he did with him and Wade, which I can understand. But my problem is this right here. Wall
and his first round pick is this year or next year?
Nah, it'll be 2027. That's the earliest we can give up a first round pick. That's all we have available.
Oh, see,
the other picks are tied up.
Yeah,
I mean, who want to deal with Westbrook though? Think about it.
Houston was the one that requested it.
They want
Westbrook back.
Yeah,
to get rid of
Houston
Wall.
wants Westbrook back
to get rid of Wall.
To get rid of John, because John ain't happy in Houston.
No, he didn't even want to leave DC, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all,
John ain't happy
brothers,
in Houston.
He did not want to leave DC. He did. I mean, he was hurt. All of DC was hurt when he left because that was like our like AI out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that was our Iverson out here, and I mean, he was hurt. He was hurt bad.
Are you saying, Trey? Do the Lakers? Are you asking us if we was Lakers GM, would we pull the trigger, or if we was Houston?
Houston wants the deal, so if he was the Lakers GM,
I
can see the hating bitch in the face. He's gonna say yes.
If I'm the Lakers, I'd pull the trigger.
I'll pull the trigger.
Yeah. If I'm the Lakers, I'm pulling the trigger. Yeah, I'll take that.
You boys ain't gonna have a job much longer.
Jeannie gonna get rid of him. I'm like, hey, Bishop, I need to talk to you.
He
said for Ben though, for Russell Westbrook.
Oh shoot, I'll take John Wall is better than Westbrook. He is. Shoot, I'll take John Wall then have Ben. Ben who?
Hold up.
No,
I wouldn't take Ben.
Let's go look at John.
I'm not taking Ben.
What's wrong, Mo?
It's probably better than Westbrook's. I'm sure.
I don't know how we saying Wall is better than Westbrook. That's ridiculous. That's insulting.
In shooting the ball, he is right now. Shooting percentage, I'm sure Wall is better. Now, in regards to athleticism, no, probably not. But as far as shooting appeal, yeah.
I think the Lakers is
And his
fine.
defense,
They're the best team out west when healthy. They just need to find a shooter.
His defense is definitely not as Wall's defense is definitely not up there with Westbrook when Westbrook plays defense. But yeah, in regards to shooting, yeah, I would say Wall is definitely a better fit for
So
shooting.
as Ron looks over that, y'all saw that Caruso was out 6 to 8 weeks due to a flagrant 2 that was assessed to guard Grayson Allen for the Milwaukee Bucks. And this after the foul, Grayson Allen was assessed 1-game suspension. Do you think that suspension was warranted? Do you think he could have got away with not being suspended, just kept an ejection, or should he have got a multiple game suspension?
What happened?
Caruso got the ball on a fast break, and when he went up, Grayson Allen went for the ball, it seems, but he caught his hand, his wrist, and he fell to the ground, in which he fractured the wrist.
So it was a flagrant?
It was a flagrant 2. They gave him a flagrant 2.
But they were both going for the ball though.
Well, Caruso had the ball. He was about to crown somebody, but Grayson caught him across the. Grayson has
he's a habitual line stepper.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that part. He stays crossing lines that he shouldn't be crossing, and he seemed to have no remorse. So the NBA assessed him. Like you said, the official gave him a flagrant 2, which got him tossed, and then the NBA gave him a 1-game suspension. Now, of course, last night the Kelly Oubre had a similar play in which he caught the arm of DeAndre Hunter, and he hit the ground. He was able to continue playing, but he was assessed was he assessed? Yeah, I think he was assessed a flagrant 2 as well and tossed. But of course, in my opinion, Kelly Oubre's looks a little more malicious than anything. I mean, not malicious. It looks worse. I don't think it was malicious because he came back over to try to grab him and try to check him out. But Kelly, he caught him with his arms, with his elbow, and pulled him down.
And THT. Speaking of the Lakers,
he got a flagrant too.
On a youngin out in Orlando. He rocked him.
Suggs.
Yeah.
And you know what? I say that just thinking. I like it, NBA. It sucks that Caruso got injured, the one, and we don't want to see any injuries. But I like the NBA looking a little tough. There's nothing wrong with that as long as we don't take it to the extreme level.
Let's take it there for a second, Ron. So you're a fan of the yesteryear play in the NBA. Is that what you're saying?
Right. The NBA could be a lot tougher. It's the
gentlemen, you agree?
Star League.
With the yesteryear play in the NBA?
Right here, all these super high scoring games, and even Iverson said himself, he was like, when he was in college, he was like, oh, they don't play, you know what I'm saying, those zone and all like that. When you get the pros, so you're going to be good. He was like, after he won the scoring title, they changed everything else up. So he was like, dang. And then Kevin Garnett said the same thing. After round about year number 5, it was like, how in the world can I not put my body on a man that's coming down half the size of me and then turn back around and be like, all right, okay, I can't block the shot. I got to wait for it to come up. Because you got to remember now, between the 90s all the way 2000s, shoot, dudes like my size, under 6 foot, oh, we was kind of coming up, between 6'3" all the way down. Then now, they want to go to high scoring. I saw one game. I'm like, wait a minute, 155 to 140. I'm like, okay, did I need a PlayStation on or something? So, it's good that you bring the toughness in and whatsoever. Because even as a trainer and y'all being coaches, we see the difference in the youth and collegiate kids now. Where's the foul? Why you worrying about a foul? Or the ref gonna give me the foul if I move this way, that Euro step joint and all this mess. And it's like, come on now. So yeah, toughen it up. Toughen it up, Buttercup.
Bishop.
I don't know, man.
You not feeling you think it's good where it's at?
Yeah, I don't see where it's an issue in my opinion right now. I mean, we already know like the game has definitely evolved since, back in the era in which I was watching. Well, I'm still watching basketball, but in the era in which I grew up and with the Michael Jordans, the bad boys of the Pistons and stuff like that. So And I feel like, it's going to continue to do that in regards to as players come in and stuff like that, things are going to change. So I think where it's at right now is it's at a decent spot. Could there be some adjustments here and there? Of course, but right now I feel like where it is, it's cool. It's not that bad yet.
So as an official, with your official cap on, which one would you prefer to officiate in, the 90s era or this current era?
I'll officiate in any one of those eras, to be honest with you. My personal
Correction.
opinion.
Which era do you think would be the easiest for you to officiate in?
I don't think it would be the easiest out of the two eras, to be honest. I don't think, in my personal opinion. I think again, when it's all said and done, it's because the game has evolved compared to what it is now. The average height back in the 80s was probably not what the average height is now in 2022. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of gotta, you have to kind of like adjust the way you call games as an official. You got to look at the game at a different aspect in regards how physical it is. Everybody knows, or everybody has made comments about the LeBron James traveling every time he touches the ball.
Yeah.
Especially when he's going to the cup and stuff of that nature. So I don't know. It would be interesting if I was officiating. I'll take this era. Let them play some, but still call the fouls. I agree. I could say that too, Key. I would say this ticky-tack fouls are facts. I mean, there are times when you should let them play. And
I was about to say, do you let them play? I was about to ask that. Is that your style? You let them play?
Yeah, I do. I feel like until a point, until it gets to a point where it can get out of hand, to where you find yourself making sure that no fights break out, because that's what it's about. The officials don't only call the game; they control the game. So in controlling the game, you got to ensure that when the fouls get a bit more physical, the whistle has to be blown, because at some point a player could start getting into the technical fouls and throwing bows harder and stuff like that, pushing and shoving. And so you gotta definitely control the game as an official. So yeah, for me, I would have to. I let him play. I do. Right now I let him play until until otherwise.
So, of course, last night there was a slate of 11 games, of course, some marquee games. We'll talk about some of the other games and kind of deep dive into a few of the marquee game, or what was considered a marquee game. So, of course, the Clippers traveled over to the New York Knicks. The Knicks were victorious 102-110. The Celtics took on the Washington Wizards. Celtics won their game 116-87.
Yep.
Yeah, the Portland Trailblazers traveled to Toronto, winning their game 114-105. The Atlanta Hawks took on traveled to the Hornets, winning their game 113-91. The 76ers traveled down to San Antonio. San Antonio lost their game by 7 points, 115-109. Who else? Couple of key games. The Lakers took on the Heat, in which was expected to have AD back. It didn't transpire. The Lakers lost 107-113. Miami Heat was led by a triple-double from Jimmy Butler, 20 points, 10 rebounds, 12 assists. Lead scorer Duncan Robinson with 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. The Lakers' leading scorer, of course, none other than LeBron James in a double-double effort, 33 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. Almost a triple-double from his counterpart, Russell Westbrook, with 24 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists. That, of course, again, the Lakers keep hovering at the 500 level as we get closer and closer to the All-Star break. Brooklyn Nets traveled to Minnesota, taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. They, however, were not couldn't make it happen. The Brooklyn Nets fall to 29-17 with the 125-136 loss. The Minnesota Timberwolves improved to 23-23 in the game in which they lost last year's rookie Anthony Anthony Edwards, not before he scored 25 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists. Equal efforts from D'Angelo Russell and Karl Anthony Towns, both contributing 23 points apiece. Towns with 7 rebounds and 2 assists. D'Angelo with 5 rebounds and 10 assists. That currently has put them in, I guess they're currently in the tournament if it was to stop now, if the playoffs were to start now. The Brooklyn Nets, Kyrie Irving, 30 points, 6 rebounds, 5 6. I know that appeases Bishop. Kyrie doing what he does. Patty Mills, 21 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist in the losing effort. Of course, the Grizzlies and Mavericks. The Grizzlies traveled to Dallas, taking on the Dallas Mavericks. Luka Doncic and the Mavericks was victorious, 104-91. The Mavericks improved 27-20. The Memphis Grizzlies dropped 32-17. The Memphis is the third best team in the NBA at this point.
That one don't make no sense to me.
They're the third best, fam. Of course, the top three is Phoenix, Golden State, and Memphis. Jaren Jackson, 10 points, 4 rebounds. Of course, they're led by Ja Morant, 35 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists. The Mavericks, Luka Doncic, 37 points, 11 rebounds, 1.1 assist short of a triple-double. Of course, he got help from Chris Porzingis, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, as well as Jalen Brunson, 13 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. So let's talk about that for a second, Ron. Why are you saying that Memphis should have won this game? Or
yeah. I look at Ja Morant and them boys as elite this year, top
Correct,
5 team. So I don't understand how they got blown out by 13. I would have accepted a loss by 5 or less. And I looked at the stats. I'm gonna have to go rewatch the game, but it looks like Jaren Jackson Jr., Triple J, he did not show up this game. He went 4 for 17, 13 points, and he got outperformed by Porzingis. So, but Ja Morant dropped 35. So
yeah,
like,
he's dropped. He's what 4 or 5 games, 4 games, 30 points, 30 points a game.
Yeah. So it's like, how did that happen? But that's what we got to look at. The Nets.
So
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I had a couple of thoughts about
go ahead.
Game.
Okay.
James Harden went like 2 for 13, and they lost to the Timberwolves. On the road is when Kyrie can play. The Nets need to be focused and make sure they win these road games. So to lose by 11 to the Timberwolves is ridiculous. I don't know what James Harden's doing. And I just want to take some time to laugh at the Chicago Bulls because they was 1 out east. They was talking about DeMar for MVP. We the best of the best. And now they in 5th place in wins already just to start January. Then lost 5 straight. Whew, it's so sad what happened to them Chicago Bulls because their fans was rowdy. They was getting out of control.
And now they're down their top. They're down their top. Their starting point backcourt with the loss to Lonzo and Caruso.
Levine's out.
And Levine's out. So it's going to get now is the time for DeMar to stand up and show that he is the MVP that they're talking about. So that way he can make it happen. So.
And that's what happens. The Lakers got injuries that they got to deal with. Everybody got injuries. This is what happens. This is when you show what you about. So I don't want to hear that from Chicago Bulls fans.
And then, of course, the Detroit Pistons 11-35 travel to Denver, take on the Denver Nuggets 24-21. The Denver Nuggets were victorious 111-117. The Pistons tried their damnedest, tried their hardest. They had 4 players to score 18 points. Isaiah Stewart 18 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Cade Cunningham 18 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. Corey Joseph 18 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists. Trey Lyles, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. They couldn't get it taken care of course, you know why. Nikola Jokic, 34 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. Jokic has been on a tear. He's had 5 games, which 5 of the last night was the only game in which he didn't have a 30-point triple-double. Do you think Jokic is making a play to be the 2-time MVP for the league this year?
We're gonna save that. Let's get through the games. That's definitely the MVP debate, and I am anti-Joker. So
you're anti-Joker? Okay. One more game, maybe we can sit up and talk about it. We can talk about it. Of course, the last game, the Jazz and the Warriors, which was a hellified game last night. The Jazz took on the traveled over to Golden State. Played in Golden State. Golden State was victorious, 34-13. Jazz 94-92, improving to 34-13. Utah drops to 30-17 as they continue to of course, Key's going to say MVP. As I was saying, the Jazz dropped to 30-17. They were led by Bojan Bogdanovic, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. Rudy Gay dropped 16 and 5. The Warriors had a 6 players in double figures, to where Jordan Poole led the way, 20 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Andrew Wiggins 14 points, as well as Porter with 13. It was a game in which they were able to pull it out. It was actually Utah had a chance. It was, saying, Bogdanovic dropped hit him with a step, hit Poole with a step back 3.
Yep.
It went down, came back out, rebound, put back up, rolled on the tip of the rim, and then fell off in the losing effort. Of course, anything, like I said, can't miss free throws. Free throws are key. It come back to bite you as in any instance, as Key was saying. So one thing that we was talking about, like in this MVP, of course, like I said, we talked about last week. There's been a lot of talk with Ja for MVP. Of course, another endorser for Ja for MVP is, Paul the Truth Pierce, former Boston Celtic great, in which he basically said that it's that boy in Memphis that should be getting an MVP nod. He's a mix between AI and Derrick Rose. What do you gentlemen think about that? Can you see AI and Derrick Rose getting together and birthing a Ja Morant?
No. No.
No, you don't see that?
No, I gotta go, gentlemen, but I gotta finish this off. I gotta be late for something for this. You cannot, hands down, say right now somebody's close to what AI has did or done. Straight up.
Respect.
You can't. I swear, people start to do this comparison so much at the beginning of someone's career, or not as many seasons, and if you ain't putting the numbers and the work in like that, I don't see it.
Duly noted. That sound like that VA bias, but I give it to you. I give it to you.
Nostradamus, huh?
I'll give it to you.
2 up, 2 down, baby.
I appreciate you coming on. We'll be talking, Jay. Take care of your client, fam.
No problem. Take it easy, Ron.
It was good vibing with you, bro.
So yeah, so Ron, you don't agree with it? You're not feeling it? Not feeling AI and
I love what he said about not being on that level. But if he gets one of these accolades, then we will have to admit that he's officially arrived at that level, which is a scoring title. He got to get his first one of those. AI got a couple of those. MVP. AI, of course, only got one of those. So if he can lock that down, then at that point, it is what it is. Let's see what you do now that you've gotten to that level, because you can still take it to greater heights. One championship is all AI made it to. D Rose didn't make it to any NBA championships. All he got was the one MVP. So if we really being honest, he don't have much more work to put in. He can make this his MVP year. Ja Morant is definitely should be considered top 3 MVP right now. It's 3 in the race, in my opinion. We might as well
let's talk about that.
Let's pull back the layers. Joker, of course, what we were talking about earlier, who I'm anti-Joker. Joel Embiid, that bad man in Philly. Ja Morant, and we can probably throw Giannis in there.
Giannis still?
Yeah, Kevin Durant, of course, got injured. Steph Curry is fading away. And LeBron can still shake it up.
Yeah, he's making a push.
He's at the 5th spot, and we could throw Luka in there too.
Okay.
I think Ja Morant is first among all of them, but he's going to lose it. Like with this game last night, him losing to Luka. But I'm not going to blame him for that game. I don't think they're going to be able to keep up and keep the pace where they're at, being the 3rd ranked team out west.
So what's the reason? Before I get to Bishop on the same question, what's your reason for the anti Joker?
Because he's doing his thing, and he's the PER king. He's averaging like 32.9 PER a game. Like the things that Joker is doing is incredible. But we sleeping on Joel Embiid. My man is a force. He is dominant on the court. His post package is reminiscent of Kobe and Michael Jordan. What he doing, his rolls and his fadeaways. His game is beautiful. Lead, double doubles, rebounds. He's been averaging 30 points for like the past 20 games, just getting them just because he wanted to get them. 38 against San Antonio last night. And he's leading the Sixers in assists. Everybody want to be all excited because Joker is Mr. Triple-Double. He gets 10, 11 assists a game. Well, Embiid's leading his team in assists as well. So let's not sleep on him. We talk defense. Joel Embiid is a monster in the paint. You bring that ball in there, you're coming out less than 100% of what you was feeling before. You getting hurt. You can go at Joker in the paint and on defense. And we hype Joker up every year, and he never gets it done. We've yet to see him get it done in the playoffs, and he has some incredible squads. You got Jamal Murray going for 45 in games. Like, you got a championship caliber teammate right there, right beside you, and they came up short. The Lakers knocked all that out. And we've seen Joel Embiid put together some incredible runs as well. But I'm biased as well. Philly Nation, stand up. Okay. But Joel Embiid, that's my rant for today.
Okay. So Bishop, a couple of things while you're going to get you some coffee. The Paul the Truth Pierce went on record to state that he believed that man and the boy in Memphis is the person for MVP, stating that he is a cross between AI and Derrick Rose. Do you agree with that?
AI. I thought you were about to say Derek Fisher. I was like, what? But yeah. AI and Derrick Rose.
Yes.
Rodney said, heck no.
No, yeah, I don't think no. I give him more of a. A lot of people probably gonna hate me when I say this.
But I'm the darts ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I give him more of a mixture of. I give him more of a mixture of Kobe Bryant and Kobe Bryant and a
Kobe.
Yeah, just the way he comes into the game, man, and the way he plays, man,
mentality.
Well, of course he has I do feel like he has a Mamba mentality, but not only that, but his style of play, man, he does remind me of a young Kobe. His style of play reminds me of a young Kobe, of fearless, going into the paint, don't care what type of contact, don't care who's going up against you. Like, Ja is that dude. Like, I heard what you said about Embiid, Ron, but Ja would test him, and Ja's that dude will say, okay, I hear who you are, Joel, but I'm gonna tell you who I am too. We're gonna meet at the rim and may the best man win. That's Ja, bro. And that's how Kobe was. Fearless. That's why he had that Kobe. That's why he had that Mamba mentality, because he was fearless. He didn't care. He felt like if I gotta go one-on-one with you, I don't care how tall you are, I'm coming up against you. And whoever wins.
I agree with that.
So that's why I put him in Kobe.
1000%.
Yeah, that's why I put the Kobe thing on him. You know, not to discredit Kobe or anything like that. May he rest in peace. But Ja is that dude, bro. Ja is that dude, and he has that hunger like Kobe had when Kobe came into the league. He didn't care, take baseline, would dunk on any, because he had the bunnies. He didn't care. And Ja has that same style, bro. Now, in regards to the MVP, I'm like Rondo. Those games, he has to finish games in which they're supposed to win. And like Ron, I don't blame Ja for the loss that they took. But however, you have to be that person to where the team kind of has to be put on your shoulder and you ride them to victory. But yeah, right now, Joel Embiid, Greek Freak, Luca. I hear what y'all saying about the joke. I hear it. But Ron made a great point. Joke. Everybody has great expectations of joke, and then it's just not there.
Do you think there's too much emphasis put on the triple double?
In regards to what, like what in regards
in general,
to MVP or what,
like MVP, or saying the credence of a player, is that too? Does the triple double, is that like a masking agent where people think triple double is like, oh, triple double, and it's like, all right,
triple double. Don't get me wrong. I believe the triple double is one of the a huge feat to accomplish in any game. In regards to an NBA game, to get a triple double, because it's not easy. Whether you get it in points, assists, and rebounds, or points, assists, and steals
or
blocks or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, should it play a factor? Yeah. Because we know what Westbrook did a few years ago, where he was averaging a triple double a game.
Hell, 2 years.
Yeah, if you know what I'm saying. So it is that's a huge feat to come up against. But when I don't know, when it's all said and done, man, it's the most valuable player. It's not the most valuable statistics. It's the most valuable player on that team within the league. And when you look at it, the Joels, the Greeks, the Jaws, you know what I'm saying, the Lucas.
And if we really gonna look at it that way, then Ja Morant can't be our MVP right now, because the Grizzlies was putting in work while he was injured and gone, and him coming back didn't really elevate them. Especially they lost to the Mavericks 2 times so far this month. They need to tighten up. It's gonna be. Go ahead,
Ron. No, you about to say I want to hear me, because it might be. It's going to be what
we look at Embiid and the Joker as our next candidate for MVP. Philly 27-19, and we talk about the triple double. It's just like I feel like it's just like, okay,
it's a novelty at this point.
That's cool. Ooh, and the Nuggets are 24-21. They're floating around 500. They're not really doing anything special. That's great, Joker. You're doing, but he got his trophy. He's not winning this year.
Right. But I mean, but this is my question for you, Ron. Again, it goes back to those three letters and the acronym.
Most valuable player.
There you go. You all over, Ron. You already know where I'm going with it. Is he, Ja, the most valuable player on that Memphis Grizzly team, as well as in the league? And because of what he does.
He's not more valuable than LeBron. He's not more valuable than Greek Freak. He would be like 5th if we're talking about that. He's most valuable storyline. Yeah,
basically going off what you just said, they was grinding when he was injured, and they was doing it without him.
Y'all know who we're not giving no consideration in this MVP conversation? The Phoenix Suns ain't even lost 10 games this year yet. They are 36-9. CP3 just disrespected in this conversation. Booker just completely disrespecting this conversation. Are we gonna have to consider them, especially if they keep going the way they're going?
You know what, Ron? I haven't forgot about them, but why? And it's crazy. I haven't forgot about them, but why is the league ain't not even putting emphasis on them too, with their record being the way it is? They're not speaking of CP3 or Booker as MVPs. Exactly. Why is that though, Rob? Like, in your opinion, why do you feel that those two individuals who have one of the best records in the league, if not the best record in the league, why aren't they in the conversation?
What's it called when your memories get stuck on just what just happened, revisionist history or something like that?
Yeah,
They just got embarrassed in the NBA Finals.
that's
It's
facts.
left a bad taste in our mouth, and then we're just like, Phoenix Suns, y'all adorable. Y'all really are.
That's facts. That is facts. That's facts.
So of course, tonight's slate, 4-game slate. Before we move on, we almost got out of time, but of course, like we got to talk about something that's near and dear to me and Bishop's heart. This college football. Before we move on to college football, tonight's slate, the Knicks will be traveling to the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavaliers have been showing people that they are a force to be reckoned with for this year's play in and playoffs. The Knicks versus the Cavaliers. The Indiana Pacers will be traveling to New Orleans to take on the New Orleans Pelicans. The Chicago Bulls, the depleted Chicago Bulls, will be traveling to
Wow.
Oklahoma to take on the OKC. So, okay,
They are
Bulls
depleted
only
in a
they
way,
are
favored.
bro.
depleted, but
They
as
are, 'cause
Ron did make a good point that saying that probably got missed. The simple fact that everyone has to deal with. It's a part of the NBA culture. It's a part of NBA the seasons. It's not too many teams that go the full year with their full strength. They started out. It's evident that when they're full strength, they're a problem. But now,
not only that though, Trey, when they full strength, Zach LaVine and what's my name was both being considered in MVP talk.
yeah. So now currently they are not without that. So you would expect that person being considered in V talk to show and prove like I'm the real deal. And at this point, he's falling by the wayside and probably losing what probably was a grip on the MVP race. But I mean that's what he does every year for the most part. You get closer and closer to the playoffs, and he starts to rescind a bit. But I mean,
who you talking? You talking about LaVine or you talking about
DeMar?
DeMar Rosen? Okay.
Yeah,
DeMar,
and just to
yeah.
give my 2 cents, the Bulls is only favored by 2 points against the 14-32 Thunder. That is mind
Dang.
blowing. But DeRozan, you want our respect. You going up against the Thunder on the road. Show up, give us this. Put up another 40-point game. He had a 40-point game last night,
He did.
and make sure y'all get this easy win in the midst of y'all storm that y'all going through right now. These are the games that you got to win.
Facts.
True that.
That's facts.
And then the marquee game, of course, the Utah Jazz will travel to Phoenix to take on the Phoenix Suns, in which you have a game in which you get to see, excuse me, if they the Suns are on deck to start to like what Bishop and Ron was just talking about. Suns are on deck to show that they are worthy of being talked about in MVP races, as well as that bad taste in the mouth in which Ron was just speaking about. So of course, I'm saying the 4 games, we'll be right here tomorrow to talk about them and go over a little bit.
Phoenix is gonna wash them. Donovan Mitchell ain't playing. Phoenix done already had a 20-game win streak, y'all, this year, and they're about to be on a 7-game after they win this one.
Ooh, yeah, I got Phoenix in that one. I got the Phoenix. I got Phoenix. I got the Knicks. I got the Bulls.
Knicks upset. We might have to talk about that. What?
What?
The Knicks is hot garbage. Julius Randle had a game the other day when he had 6 points. The Cavaliers are going to shut them down.
No, I think the Knicks gonna upset the Cleveland in Cleveland. I do. And the Bulls I feel like the Bulls gonna get this win. I feel DeMar gonna try to prove a point against the Thunder. I got the Bulls. That Pacers and Pelican game, that game could go either way. Because Pelicans, the New Orleans, man, they beating teams where we shouldn't expect them to beat, and they beating people. So I don't know. I'm gonna take the Pelicans if they playing at home. But yeah, that's my picks for the night.
I like it.
So, of course, RJ Young from Fox's CBF College Football went on record to state that his New Year's Six predictions follow. He feels like the Cotton Bowl is going to be Michigan versus Houston.
This is next year's.
Next year's. His prediction is that Michigan will face Houston in the Cotton Bowl. The Orange Bowl will consist of Arkansas Razorbacks against the Clemson Tigers.
Okay.
The Rose Bowl will consist of Nebraska against University of Utah.
Okay.
The Sugar Bowl will consist of Ole Miss against OU, or your OU, Boomer Sooner.
He's wrong.
The Fiesta Bowl, which is going to be the CFP Bowl, will be Texas A&M versus Ohio State. And the Peach Bowl, which is the other CFP semi game, will be Alabama versus Georgia in a rematch.
No.
In which he's putting 3 SEC teams in the top 4 for next year.
Which is who? Alabama, Georgia, and who?
And Texas A&M.
Oh, A&M. Okay.
Go ahead with that SEC.
I hope he don't get paid for that job. I hope he don't get paid for that.
That SEC, it continues to be that thing. The SEC, again, we had this conversation before. The SEC is only a couple of teams that are dominant in the SEC.
What rank did he have Michigan?
He didn't even have a rank. He just had Michigan. He didn't rank him. He just said,
Bowl. That's not the.
That's a New Year's Six. Yeah, it's not a semifinal. It's a New Year's Six. One of the New Year's Six games.
Yeah.
So he ain't have us in the top 4.
No. Probably
No.
top 10.
Which is crazy.
I don't think you can make an accurate prediction yet, because Caleb Williams, speaking of Boomer Sooner, we don't know what's going to happen with y'all guy. And we don't know if Harbaugh is staying at Michigan yet.
That fact, that part.
But we do know Georgia and Alabama is going to be in the top 4.
Well, this is my thing, Ron. Well, yeah, this is my thing. All 4 of the teams that made it to the college football playoffs got to be in the top 4. You got to put Georgia, you got to put Alabama, you got to put Michigan, and you got to put Cincinnati in the top 4. They made
so
it.
This is why Cincinnati's not going to be there, because they have to completely retool, and I don't think whatever retooling they do is going to be efficient enough for them to be considered a top 10 team. They might be in the top 25. I don't think they're going to.
You only got to go, but you can only go by what they did the prior season. So you got to kind of like rank them that way, like the preseason ranking before any games are played. You have to rank them accordingly. Before any game is played.
And we know
Ohio last game played.
Ohio State's going to be there too at number 5.
They're going to be 5.
I don't know. We might have to pray for our guy. I don't know where he came up with Texas A&M.
I have no idea either.
When we said 3 SEC teams, I thought we was going to say Florida.
That's me too. That's why I said who are the 3. That's why I was like,
Texas A&M was the 3 SEC teams in top. So speaking of rankings, real quick, I came across an article where they made an attempt to name the top 25 all time. So I'm gonna give you the top 25 all time
college teams.
Top 25 all time. At 25, they start off with the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Ooh-wee. Okay.
24, Ole Miss Rebels. 23, Washington Huskies. 22, the Wisconsin Badgers.
How far is this dating back, Trey?
It goes all the way back to just the lifetime of the university.
Okay.
Well, no. Well, because of course, Army wasn't in this, so
right. I was about to say, okay.
Yeah, Army wasn't in it. 21, Texas A&M Aggies.
Okay.
20, Arkansas Razorbacks.
Okay.
Number 19, Michigan State Spartans. Number 18, UCLA Bruins. Number 17, Clemson Tigers.
Ooh.
Number 16, Miami Hurricanes.
Okay.
Number 15, Florida Gators.
Okay.
Number 14, Florida State Seminoles.
Ooh. Before the Gators and
Miami.
Wow.
Number 13, Auburn Tigers.
Okay.
Number 12, Georgia Bulldogs.
Okay.
Number 11, LSU Tigers. Hold on one second.
Okay. Already I don't know how they put Florida State before Miami and before Florida. Florida State ain't been nothing in a while. There's no way Florida State should be before.
They gave Florida State. They the highest ranked Florida team so far.
Yeah, out of the 3 Florida. Yeah, they got Florida State over over Miami and over the Gators. And I think that's
Florida State
like 13 or 14. And yeah, Florida State I think is way too high, or not too high, but they shouldn't be above.
Yeah,
they should be above Florida.
Yeah, I know some Floridanians that'll drive crazy.
Yeah, I don't feel Florida State should be above Florida or Florida or Miami. But go ahead, Trey.
So top 10. Tennessee Volunteers, number 10. Number 9.
Higher or lower?
Who, Tennessee?
Yeah.
Oh, Tennessee, I feel like that's too high for them.
Number 9, Penn State Nittany Lions. Number 8, Texas Longhorns.
Okay.
Number 7, Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Ooh, no.
Number 6, USC Trojans.
Hell no.
Number 5. You ain't seen none of it yet. Number 5, Michigan Wolverines.
Oh, we got 5?
Y'all got 5.
Ohio State over us? No way.
Number 4, Notre Dame Irish.
Hell no.
Number
They
3, Ohio State Buckeyes.
I hate it.
Number 2, Alabama Crimson Tide.
You mean who?
Number 1. So who do you think number 1 is, Ron?
You would not sit here and tell me who number 1 is.
Is it Clemson?
No, Clemson.
Did we say LSU?
LSU's already gone.
Number 11. Clemson is number 17 or something like that.
It better be them Boomer Sooners.
That's it.
Oklahoma Sooners number 1.
Let's go. Let's run it, baby. Let's run it.
Trash.
Let's go.
Yes, this list was trash. That's
go.
appalling.
Alabama is number 1. Why are we messing with ourselves here?
I give y'all that. To keep it 100, Alabama should have been 1. I will give you that. I will give you that.
How do you not start your college ranking there?
But Notre Dame, hold on, Ron. Hold on, Ron. What we're not going to do is we're not going to skip the fact that you felt like Notre Dame was where they need to be. You felt this non-conference.
I wouldn't give them top 5.
Okay,
top 10. They're top 10.
Yes.
Come on, man. Come on now. They don't even come on, man. They pick every game they play. Every game.
Exactly. They overrated.
They're way too high. They're way too high for me. They're at 5. No.
Hey, I don't do the BCS top 4 voting, and they always there somehow.
And I disagree with that 100%. They should not.
We all do.
They should not be there. Notre Dame should not be in that at all.
And where in the top 4?
No.
Top 5, top 10, top 10.
I like them at 8 or 9.
Who was hold on? Give me 9.
So that's what I was about to say. 8,
10, 9, and 8.
10, 9, and 8. 10. So number 10 is Tennessee.
They can be above Tennessee.
Number 9 is Penn State. I don't know about them being above.
I don't know about that one.
And number 8 is Texas. They could be above Texas.
No, I wouldn't even put them above Texas. Nope.
The Fighting Irish.
Nope. They can be above Tennessee, but not above Texas.
Because you got to think that Nebraska was a monster back.
Nebraska, that was way too high for Nebraska too.
You think so? Number 7?
Yes, Nebraska.
Yeah, they on them Cornhuskers.
No,
they out of control.
Yeah, no.
Cornhusker whiskey.
Scott Frost out there, coach. No.
Yeah, but when Scott Frost was a player, he was a
beast. But how long ago has that been? Name the last time they made it to a boat. Name the last time they made it to a good bowl game.
Michigan at number 5. Y'all agree with that?
Too low, not high enough.
Michigan at number 5 is too low.
And Michigan should be definitely over Ohio State.
You can't say that though, Ron. When Ohio State has owned Michigan for the past how many seasons?
30 years. But everything before that was Michigan. If we're looking at it from historical.
Good point.
Michigan is the background of college football, carried it through the whole 19th century.
So how do y'all think Oklahoma ended up number 1?
Look at
the Boomer Sooners.
Look at the program, baby. Look at the program.
And you know who they got.
We've had 3 Heisman. We've had 3
they got
Heisman.
a picture of it. Like that matters. USC got more Heisman's than Oklahoma do. But anyway, but you know who they have. You know how they
I feel like USC should have been number 2.
Stop it, Ron.
Thank you. Real talk. So I ain't have to say it.
Ron.
I ain't have to say it.
Bama, USC,
Ron.
Michigan,
Ron.
Oklahoma, Ohio State.
Ron,
that's my top 5.
I could deal with that.
Ron,
I could deal with that.
Ron, tell me this. How do you put USC above Oklahoma? How many national championships does USC have?
Because USC is sexy. That alone.
They didn't say the sexiest team. They didn't say that.
And they said they got the
national
picture of Barry Switzer on the front of the Oklahoma.
That's right. That's right. A legend. A legend.
USC is always going to get an invite to the party.
How many championships, national championships, do USC have? Don't worry, I'll wait. Not more than Oklahoma.
I'm sure they have more than Oklahoma.
No, they don't.
How many does Oklahoma have?
6.
Well, USC got like 2 or 3.
Probably.
They got 2 or 3 with Pete Carroll.
How many? Okay, I'm waiting. How many they got?
I'm looking it up now.
Don't make me beat you to it, because I feel like you taking a long time to look at it.
I'm looking at it right now. 6
stats.
Oh, correction. That's 6 national titles unclaimed. They have 11 national titles.
Stats, Bishop. Stats.
What? You ain't got no damn 11.
11, 28, 1928, 1931, 1932,
39, 62, 67, 72, 74, 78.
78, 2003, 2004. Yeah. It's historic.
And Riley about to get him number 12.
Thank you, sir.
No, he's not. Stop
that part.
Ron, stop doing that, man. Stop hyping this dude up, bro.
That part.
Stop doing that.
That man done made y'all so many quarterbacks, and you going to disrespect him.
Because he disrespected us.
That man going to make the perfect quarterback out of USC. Watch.
Oh, we got 7. I'm sorry, we got 7.
Yeah, so I don't understand. I don't understand how when I seen the list, I was like, I was looking for Oklahoma. I was like, how are they number 1? I don't get that.
Because we done boom as soon as, bro. Don't hate on it. It is what it is, man.
So think about even when ESPN had their top national championship teams, USC had 3 of the 10. Like, how do we continue to get disrespected? But it's okay.
You know why?
Lincoln Riley is bringing us back.
Because y'all in the Pac-12.
Lincoln Riley is bringing
y'all
us
are
back.
Pac-12. Y'all are a weak conference, so they compared it and based it off the conference.
Don't worry, Lincoln Riley is bringing us back.
Doo-doo conference.
Conference. With 4 or 5 years from now, we go play Oklahoma in the Cotton Bowl. It's gonna be a lot of reckoning going on.
That ain't what you want. I'm telling you.
All right, fellas, I gotta log out. Incredible episode.
Yes, sir. It's about that time anyway. Greatly appreciate it, Ron. So, of course, we have come to our time. Before you go, Bishop, any last words, fam?
Hey, man. Again, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to First Formation Monday through Friday, 0900 to 1100 hours Central Standard Time for you civilian personnel. That's 9 o'clock to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all so much for coming with us early on Monday mornings and throughout the week. We couldn't do this show without y'all, man. But just don't miss formation. That's all we can ask for, man. Make sure you make formation. Make sure you're on time. But again, a great Monday. I appreciate Trey. What up, LB? Appreciate you. That's a roll 5 for me too. Appreciate Trey. Appreciate Ron. Appreciate Jordan for being on this morning, man. Y'all be sure to stay tuned for the rest of the week. I'm sure Trey has some more exciting guests to come on the show. Y'all have a great Monday and enjoy it.
Of course, as he said, we appreciate y'all coming out. Be sure to check us out. Tuesday through the rest of the week, Tuesday through Friday. Friday, it's always going to be a lit show as we sit up and go over the our picks for the rest of the for the divisional the conference championships, as well as we'll go over the last First Formation, last fan standing. As only 4 games left, it's getting tight. Saying some people Key still in the building. Dante, Absolute, and your man Jerome still alive. Still in the hunt. So of course, we'll go a little more in depth with that with their teams. And hey, be sure to check us out. Be right back here tomorrow morning, bright and early 0900. Don't leave me late for formation. At that point, so attention, fallout.
Roll 5, Roll 5 Military Fraternity Incorporated in the building. Y'all have a nice one. Enjoy.